Air pollution in Bay Area counties this week has been the worst since 1999 when officials began collecting data. The pollution is so high it's comparable to high pollution days in China, says Lisa Fasano at the Bay Area Air Quality Management District. The worst hour was measured at Napa College on Tuesday at 8 a.m., breaking all records in the area. The air quality index of 486 for small particulate matter is so high it's off the chart, as you can see below. Officials warn that very fine smoke particles, a fraction of the size of a human hair, can lodge in the lungs and do irreparable damage to the body. When we breathe particulates, they bypass the lung system and get into our bloodstream, said Fasano. They exacerbate respiratory conditions like asthma, COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, emphysema and other conditions because they are very harmful. A seasonal inversion layer is putting a lid on the pollution and holding it in the region. Usually the Bay Area benefits from a natural air conditioning system with winds blowing in off the coast and carrying the air inland. Residents in the North Bay are experiencing the brunt of the pollution because of nearby wildfires in California's wine country. Residents in Napa, Solano and Sonoma counties should try to stay inside buildings with air conditioning, but people in the East Bay and South Bay are not in the clear because the toxic air is creeping all over the region. You can look up your zip code here. We are also seeing elevated levels in San Francisco and Redwood City, says Fasano. We are all being impacted by this really unhealthy air pollution. Fasano recommends buying a face mask at the hardware store with an N95 rating or higher. Unfortunately, neither a hospital mask or a bandana tied over the face prevents noxious air from entering the lungs. Fasano suggests staying inside through the weekend to avoid breathing both particle pollution and ash wafting through the air. Follow these precautions to protect your health. Minimize outdoor activities. Stay indoors with windows and doors closed. Do not run fans drawing smoky air inside. Run your air conditioner only if it does not bring smoke in from the outdoors. Consider leaving the region until air quality improves. Bay Area air quality worst on record. Check out your city. The 11th of October, 2017. Leslie McClurg. Leslie McClurg reports for KQED Science, primarily on medical and mental health with a sprinkling of stories about space, environmental toxins and food. If there's a natural disaster brewing, Leslie can usually be found right in the midst of a catastrophe. She's reported on disastrous floods, fires, droughts and earthquakes. Her work is regularly rebroadcast on NPR and PBS. She is an Edward R. Murrow and Emmy Award-winning journalist. The Society of Environmental Journalists recognized her beat coverage of California's historic drought. Before joining KQED in 2016, she reported for Capital Public Radio, Colorado Public Radio, KUOW and KCTS in Seattle. You can find her on Twitter at Leslie McClurg. You can find her KQED medical science stories, her environment stories, and general news stories.